Hi there. It's July 25th and time for Proverbs 25. Now, we finished on Solomon's writings, and these are still Solomon's Proverbs, but these were collected and transcribed by Hezekiah's men, right? King of Judah. So this is Hezekiah's collection of Solomon's Proverbs. And many we've heard before, and some maybe not. So let's check it out. And this will go on for a couple chapters. Okay. These two are Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied. Okay. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, and the glory of kings to investigate a matter. O kings. There's a note over here. God doth not reveal the cause of his judgments to man. Because the king ruleth, and by revealed word of God, the cause of his doings must appear, and therefore he must use diligence in trying out of causes. Interesting, huh? As the heaven is high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of kings cannot be investigated. They have a lot of power, don't they? Okay. 4. Remove impurities from silver, and a vessel will be produced for a silversmith. Remove the wicked from the king's presence, and his throne will be established in righteousness. Right. There's some wicked person whispering in her ear, right? 6 and 7. They grouped these all together. So, don't brag about yourself before the king, and don't stand in the place of the great. For it is better for him to say to you, come up here, than to demote you in plain view of a noble. Right. Now, Solomon talked about this too, and Jesus told a parable very similar to this, right? Don't sit in the front. Okay? Don't sit in the front. Sit in the back. Better that they come and escort you to the front. We have a place for you up front, in front of everybody, than to be sitting in the front and say you're in somebody else's seat. We need you to go to the back, and then escort you to the back. Right? That's humiliating. Okay. 8, 9, 10. They put these all together, huh? Don't take a matter to court hastily. Otherwise, what will you do afterward if your opponent humiliates you? Make your case with your opponent without revealing another secret. Otherwise, the one who hears will disgrace you, and you will never live it down. Right? A lot of frivolous lawsuits going on there, right? Because people just want money, okay? They just want money. I think it's an easy way to get somebody else's money. Okay? 11. A word spoken at the right time is like gold apples in a silver tray. A wise correction to a receptive ear is like a gold ring on an ornament of gold. Right. A word spoken at the right time. And a wise correction to a receptive ear. You have that? Somebody's willing to listen. Right? If they're not, then that's not the right time. Yeah? There's no notes over there for that either. But it's important to speak at the right time. And if you're going to correct somebody, make sure they're receptive to it. Right? And 13. To those who send him, a trustworthy messenger is like the coolness of snow on a harvest day. He refreshes the life of his masters. Right. Well, it's nice to have a good messenger, right? They didn't have internet then. They had to send people. And some people were stupid and some people were smart. And if you got a smart one, right, who could relay your message word for word, right, in the right tone of voice, that was very important. 14. The man who boasts about a gift that does not exist is like clouds and wind without rain. Right. Note over here. Which have an outward appearance and are nothing within. Right. There's somebody to promise to give you something. I'm going to give you this. You're going to be just going to be so great, and they don't have it. So they're just lying the whole time, right? 15. A ruler can be persuaded through patience, and a gentle tongue can break a bone. That's a gentle tongue can break a bone, right? Words are very, very powerful. Okay? Words are very powerful. If you find honey, eat only what you need. Otherwise, you'll get sick and vomit from it and vomit. Right? Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house. Otherwise, he will get sick of you and hate you. Ever had a neighbor like that? They're always over there bothering you. And they're nice and everything, but, just give you some space, right? Okay. 18. A man giving false testimony against his neighbor is like a club, a sword, or a sharp arrow. False testimony, it's lying. They did this to Paul, and we're reading through the New Testament in the afternoon. They're always having somebody lying, okay? I mean, you thought they only did that now. They did it back then. And these were the Sanhedrin and the Pharisees who ran the Jewish temples were paying people to lie about stuff. Say this happened, and it didn't. Mm-hmm. 19. Trusting an unreliable person in a difficult time is like a rotten tooth or a faltering foot. Right. Make sure your friends are trustworthy. 20. Singing songs to a troubled heart is like taking off clothing on a cold day or pouring vinegar on soda. Right. You don't want to tease and sing songs to somebody with a troubled heart. Okay. 21. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. There it is, right there in Solomon. Okay. I heard somebody in that war over there, I think Israel and that little strip we're not going to mention, saying they're animals. They don't deserve food. They don't deserve water. They deserve to just die. Okay. That's not what God says. Okay. They're living opposite. And I mean, they don't read the New Testament because they don't believe in Jesus, but it's right here. Okay. King Solomon said it. Okay. If your enemy is hungry, give him food. If he's thirsty, give him water. Right? Don't starve them out. Okay. 23. The north wind produces rain, and a backbiting tongue, angry looks. Gossip, backbiting, right? That's true. Comparing the two. As the north wind produces rain, so a backbiting tongue produces angry looks. Right? So does an angry countenance the slandering tongue. Right? Lying tongue. Okay, 24. Better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a house with a nagging wife. Right? Again, Solomon said this a lot because he had a lot of wives, right? You can't keep 700 people happy, right? Can't be done. The two are supposed to make one, and you can't make one out of 701, right? So, but it is, I pointed out, he never says divorce them, okay? Never says divorce them, which is interesting. 25, good news from a distant land is like cold water to a parched throat. We could all use some of that, right? Right? All those people are fighting over there, wars and rumors of wars. Kind of sounds like Matthew 24 is happening right now, huh? A righteous person who yields to the wicked is like a muddied spring or a polluted well. Righteous people should never yield to the wicked. Okay? Because no matter how many times the righteous one gets knocked down, he will get back up. Okay, 27. It is not good to eat too much honey or to seek glory after glory. Talked about honey earlier on, didn't he? Glory after glory. What's that say over here? So to search their own glory is not glory. right? That's bragging, right? Bragging, haughtiness, conceited, looking down on people. Right? He just walks in a room and says, "Look at me, look at me." And 28. A man who does not control his temper is like a city whose wall is broken down. Broken down without walls. And so is in extreme danger, right? Man who does not control his temper is in extreme danger. Okay? Cool. So there's the beginning of Hezekiah's collection of Solomon's Proverbs. Okay? I highlighted stuff here. 6 and 7 I highlighted just because Jesus actually used this in a parable. Okay? Don't brag about yourself before the king, and don't stand in the place of the great. For it is better for him to say, "Come up here," than to demote you in plain view of a noble. Right? You go into an important function, you think you're all that, you go sit up front. And some usher comes to sit you in somebody else's seat and escorts you to the back of the room because all the other tables are full now. That's embarrassing and humiliating, right? Sit in the back, and then, oh, we have a space for you up front, and let them escort you to the front with everybody looking. Right? And like I said, Jesus told the same story. 11 and 12, parts of it. A word spoken at the right time is like gold apples on a silver tray. A wise correction to a receptive ear is like gold ring or an ornament of gold. It's important to have a receptive ear. If a wise person wants to correct you, you should listen to them, right? Right. And this wise correction could come out of the Bible too, okay? Right. It says over here, he that reproveth the wise and the obedient ear is a golden earring, an ornament of gold. Right. Listen to the wise people, right? And here, a gentle tongue can break a bone. Yeah? That is the heart that is bent to anger. Right. Words are the most powerful things there are. You can kill somebody with words. Right? Even speaking softly, you can kill them with words. Right? 16 is highlighted. If you find honey, eat only what you need. Otherwise, you'll get sick from it and vomit. Too much of a good thing, right? 17 is highlighted. Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house, otherwise he'll get sick of you and hate you. Right? Wear out your welcome. That's an old saying. Don't wear out your welcome. Right? Wait for him to come over to see you. Or just wave from the front yard. Right? 19 is highlighted. Trusting an unreliable person in a difficult time is like a rotten tooth or a faltering foot. Pretty much, huh? It's a sliding foot over here. Faltering foot. Right? Don't trust unreliable people. Yeah. It's like these people down here. There was another one. I'm looking for it here. I'll find it here. Yeah. I remember reading it now. I can't find it. There it is. The man who boasts about a gift that does not exist is like clouds and wind without rain. Right? Forgot where I was going with that, right? Yeah, there it is. That's where I was. Trusting an unreliable person in a difficult time is like a rotten tooth or a faltering foot, right? And the man who brags about a gift he doesn't have, right? Remember 19, right? 14. Like clouds in wind without rain. But he says they're going to do something nice for you. Don't trust it. Okay, forget about it. Then if they do, you can be surprised, right? 20 highlighted. Singing songs to a troubled heart is like taking off clothing on a cold day or pouring vinegar on soda. Right. Says it backwards over here. He that taketh away the garment in the cold season is like vinegar poured upon nitre or soda, or like him that singeth song to a heavy heart. Alum. Singing songs to a heavy heart. All right. Some people just they don't need you to sing songs and happy and try and make them smile. They just need you to sit with them. When their hearts are heavy, something bad has happened, just be there. All right? Don't try and change anything. Okay? 21 and 22. All right? They can learn this lesson today. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. All right? They didn't learn this lesson over there. They are starving people over there. Starving out their enemies on purpose, trying to kill them. Huh? And that's not what this is Old Testament, so it's not what their Bible says to do. And they're doing it. Will the Lord reward them? Okay, and 26. A righteous person who yields to the wicked is like a muddied spring or a polluted well. Right, so there you go. There are 27's highlighted on this one. All right. It's not good to eat too much, honey, so to search their own glory is not glory. Right. Glory after glory. Not glory. So, there you go. That's the beginning of Hezekiah, 25. Like I said, this will go on for like 4 chapters through 29. This collection was vast, right? So, there you have it. We're going to get through 23rd time through Proverbs. We're doing it 24 times. Right? So next month will be the last month. Then we'll have to find something else to do. So, stay tuned this afternoon. We're going through the New Testament in a year. We're at day 206, I believe. And we're chilling the book of Acts, right? And Paul appealed to Caesar, so yeah, he's going to find out what happens to Paul. So, there you go. Give us a like if you think about it, and we'll continue this tomorrow. See you then.